Gashouse Gang, the legend it has become
Already,
here over
man.
the last year. I just can't believe how many people identify us with the Gashouse Gang. I say legend tongue in cheek. It's only a year old, but man, oh man. I mean, thank you so much, and thank you to the great game of football. We will talk baseball. Don't worry. There's not a lot cooking right now, but we did get some info out of Heim Bloom. That's coming here in just a minute. We also have some Blues hockey to talk about with Amy Marxkors. We have Billiken basketball, best team in town, to talk about with Bob Ramsey. But first, Chris, Rongey, our schools, first of all.
Our schools, that's right.
Are both playing for a championship. You've got two teams playing for a championship. Congrats to the Bears going up against
the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
Bears will host the playoff game on Saturday night.
Is anybody going to have any fun? Saturday night, Soldier Field,
Dude.
Bears, Packers. Bears a 1-point favorite.
Yeah.
I wonder if that'll move at all. Probably not.
It depends. If you're looking at FanDuel, they're a 1.5 dog
really?
right now.
Okay,
yeah.
I saw them as a 1-point favorite like last night.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. It's basically a pick, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got either option, whatever you want to go for there, I guess. And I don't blame the odds makers for making it that way. If you do pick the Packers as the favorite on the road, I get it because the Bears defense stinks. They get takeaways, but that's the only way they can live. If they're not getting takeaways, then they're not winning ball games. And they did get one last night, but I mean, they've got to do it 3 or 4 times a game in order to win, but otherwise they stink. Look at the San Francisco game. That was, by the way, I know we talked a little bit about that Bears Niners game from last Sunday night, and it was the first time ever in the regular season that a game was tied at 7, tied at 14, tied at 21, tied at 28, tied at 35.
Wow.
So these teams were scoring at will, but the Bears defense blows. It's really, really bad. So That's why they're not a heavy favorite at home. Normally, you're going to get like a 3-point favorite just by virtue of playing at home in the playoffs, but they can't even get that. So I don't know. We'll see how this week goes. But you mentioned, Tom, our college teams, which are right now fighting for championships. Look, I know that I am a fan of an FCS school. Not everybody cares about FCS football. I do, though. I care. And my Illinois State Redbirds tonight in Nashville at the stadium Vanderbilt plays in, they're going to be playing for the national championship tonight against Montana State. And I cannot wait. I wish it wasn't a Monday night game. I wish this had been a Saturday game or something like that. But, dude, really looking forward to tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Missouri Valley Conference, based here in St. Louis, going to also be watching very closely as Illinois State goes for the championship.
Yeah, good luck to them. They're, last I saw, 10 or 10.5 point dogs in that one against the mighty Montana State, which is a really good football team. If you've been, some of us do pay attention. You can see I'm wearing my Missouri Valley Conference pullover right now. We are up and at 'em on X, on KMOX Sports. I'm looking at the stream on our social media right now, YouTube, Facebook. If you want to check us out, we are there. If you want to see us, if you want to listen to us, of course, 104.1 FM, 1120 AM. And yeah, I mean, I am just floating through the air right now. I mean, I still haven't come down. I don't really know sometimes what to do with myself, so I keep myself busy. I've gone from elation to back to business because Indiana has to beat Oregon on Friday to keep this dream alive. But what a dream it's been. Oh, my friend.
Man.
I mean, my dreams came true on New Year's Day. I could not have painted a better picture for the Indiana Hoosiers, dropping 38 points on Alabama, beating them by 35, absolutely slaughtering the program that has been dominant for the last, almost 2 decades now. The one that ESPN promotes, the one that has a massive fan base, the one that represents the mighty SEC, which is not any good anymore. But I did stay humble. I kept my mouth shut because the job's not finished. And even if we finish the job, I'm not going to be boasting about it because I don't think that's what we're supposed to do. I think that was what was done to us for a long time.
Yeah.
And now I kind of just sit back and admire the fact that some have backtracked, that some have jumped on board. And I love that because there will come a day where people won't like Indiana. Because I think Indiana's here to stay. I think they're going to be good for a long time. They hit the portal hard yesterday. They got Josh Hoover out of TCU, outstanding quarterback. He'll step right into Mendoza's shoes. They got Nick Marsh, the wide receiver from Michigan State, who is an absolute stubby, along with Omar Cooper, 1 and 2 in this receiver tandem if Cooper doesn't go to the NFL. It is going to be a really good football team. They got like 3 defensive dynamos. They got the running back from Boston College who has an amazing name, Turbo Richard. Love it.
Turbo better be on the birth certificate.
It's going to be awesome. So, Kurt Cignetti's here to stay. Indiana's great.
Now, how confident are you in that?
That he's here to stay?
That he's not going anywhere.
Where's he going to go?
I don't know. NFL?
No, he's not going to the NFL.
Maybe Alabama decides, hey, we need a new coach.
He's not going anywhere.
Why not?
Because
does he think he can build a perennial winner there?
Okay, let me explain this to you. He's 64 years old. His wife loves it in Bloomington.
Hey.
And that is good enough for him. Plus, they're the ones who gave him the shot. Now, here's the only scenario I could possibly see
NFL?
is if he finished the job, if he won the national championship and they built the statue and they hung the championship up in the stadium and Fernando Mendoza's got the statue right next to him and the Heisman Trophy, and they're going to go down in history on the Mount Rushmore of Indiana sports. And it's a big group to choose from. Bob Knight's on there,
but it would be there,
and you pick like Isaiah Thomas or one of the all-time great players, and that's your Mount Rushmore. I mean, yes, you win the national championship, you're on it, and maybe if somebody were to give him an offer, I just don't see it. I mean, he is there to stay, and he's going to bring that thing like for so long, and I still feel it. I still feel it from people who say, I cannot believe it. It's Indiana. Like, it still doesn't compute that Indiana has a good football team just because of the name. This is a powerful program right now. I mean, like, they have everything going for them, and he is building something I think that he wants to sustain. I think if he were to walk away now, it doesn't look very good on his legacy. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, and you're probably right. You're probably right. And I hope that he does stick around.
Yes.
And make Indiana football an actual thing and not a one-off.
He is
right where it is
right.
Where you are talking about every year, this being one of the schools that you're afraid of.
He absolutely crushed.
And I hope you're right. I hope that does happen for you.
Crushed Alabama just was something special. And now it's time to get back to work. The big challenge, of course, is you don't have a lot of time. You get all the pats on the back. Now you got to go. But they have the type of team that I think will buckle down and get this thing done. So they play Oregon, which a second time now. It's an angry Oregon team. You went to Autzen and beat them in Eugene 30-20, but that was a long time ago. That was back in October. They're a lot better. Indiana's a lot better. And it's going to be a total showdown, I think, in a great game. Here's
the way I would say. We were talking about Alabama football. If Indiana football can become, if Alabama basketball can become a team that you actually talk about Final Fours, where it's a legit prospect that they end up in a Final Four, there's no reason Indiana can't do that with football.
That's
right?
A great way to look at it.
If Alabama can turn themselves from a football school, number one, I mean, make no mistake about it. University of Alabama is football first, no matter how good their basketball team is, and it probably always is going to be that way. But if they can do it, where they're in the Final Four conversation on a perennial basis, there's no reason Indiana can't do that either.
What a great time it is. No doubt about it. I mean, I just can't tell you how special it is and how much I appreciate everybody's text messages and messages. It really is a lot of fun for everybody in the Indiana family. Now, one last thing. Talked on Sports on a Sunday Morning. We went wild yesterday. We had guests from beginning to end that were really, really good and engaging, and Chaim Bloom always brings it. And it was really good. He spoke on the record about Nolan Arenado and what they're trying to accomplish there. And basically, I'll read you the quote because my man here, Drew Young, transcribed it for us and put it out on social media so people could actually read what he said. But he said, first of all, I believe that Nolan's going to the Hall of Fame. There are not that many people, really a single-digit number of third basemen who have accomplished what he has on both sides of the ball. I think his resume speaks for itself, and he will deserve that honor whenever it comes to him, as I believe it will. Some people took the first part of that saying, oh, he's just fluffing him up for a trade. No, this is like authentic. I think he's showing the respect for Nolan Arenado, that he's not just moving an asset. Like, he wants to pay tribute to the guy before he talks
I think he does believe that.
Yeah, he's not fluffing it up to like, you should go, Arenado's a Hall of Famer. Let's make him look better for a trade. This is just, he's just honoring the guy. But then he said, we all agree we're at a point, both where we are and where he is, where it just makes sense to find a different fit. And so we've been working on that. Obviously, he's still with us, so that hasn't happened yet, but I don't feel any differently than I did at the beginning. We do think it would be ideal for everybody to find that different fit. It obviously has to be something that makes sense for everybody, and we have not found that yet. That's Chaim Bloom on Sports on a Sunday Morning yesterday.
Well, a couple of things there. First of all, what a general manager or president of baseball operations says about a player's Hall of Fame candidacy publicly is not going to sway another front office to then trade for that guy. That's not how it works. There's not going to be the Boston Red Sox out there saying, oh, you hear Chaim Bloom talking about him as a future Hall of Famer? Well, we better go get him then. That's not how it's going to work. That's number one. Number two, of course we knew this. We knew that they were trying to trade him. I have no problem with him being public about it and being upfront and saying, look, this is what we want to do. We know what the goal is. We know it's going to be difficult. We want to find the right situation for everybody involved, and we're moving ahead. And I don't know. I think there is a possibility it doesn't work out and he might still be here, but they're going to keep working very hard to make sure something does happen.
That's well said. So that's where we are right now with the Cardinals. I think some trades will be happening here. They continue to look at pitching, but he did say he feels satisfied right now with what they have in their depth and their rotation. If they had to roll with that rotation right now, they would. So more on baseball as we go along. I want to tell you how much a professional Amy Marxkors is. She is a professional. She waited outside the door before we finished this segment, so then she would walk in and talk some hockey. See, things are a little different here on the Gashouse Gang. We just kind of be like, hey, what's up? Like, we're going to talk some hockey.
She didn't just come barreling in here.
Yeah, but
she waited her turn.
It's great, but you know, the Gashouse Gang, it's like like a sports bar. You can just walk in, sit down,
it's not
have a little something. Yeah, it is.
You know, you got to get through the bouncer first.
Well, I got the permission from Mr. Ackerman.
Yeah, you're good.
Mr. Ackerman, may I come in?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What do you call him, Mr.
Are you
for?
ready? Are you ready to talk some hockey next?
I believe so.
I am excited about it, and we're going to do it next with Chris Rongey. I'm Tom Ackerman. Our producers are Drew Young and Frank Ladd, and that's Amy Marxkors, and she's next on the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEBNOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
How many of you think taxes will go up in the future? And if they do, who will get hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA for years, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Thursday, January 22nd or Tuesday the 27th. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents nor representatives may offer tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with their qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The news of 2025.
New focus from Chicago.
May.
It's Cardinal Robert Prevost. He took the name Leo XIV.
James Comey making a threatening post.
A cool shell formation in the shape of 8647.
Cassie Ventura testified that Sean Diddy Combs controlled her.
Who was giving the authority for use of the auto pen?
For all the news of 2026, stay with 104.1 FM KMOX. Now, back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, overhead door company of St. Louis, on 104.1 FM KMOX.
I love the commenters, man. Boy, they come at you.
Don't they?
Deadly St. Louis. So we got any more good news on a few 24-year-old career minor leaguers? Then he follows up, my bad, quote, prospects.
Man,
That doesn't sound very positive.
All right, tough guy. Yeah. Dude. We're going to get those career minor leaguers loaded up. Actually, I kind of laughed. It's not bad. Deadly St. Louis, all right. Aaron's good with me, too. Messing up. So the Blues are messing up getting the top 3 draft pick they really need, says Aaron. And with that, we bring in Amy Marxkors to talk about Blues hockey. He says, we all know Army or Steen will never trade for the stud player they need.
Is that true? Is that true,
spicy.
Amy?
I feel like that's not true.
Let's go. Spicy conversation. I like it. We're not just talking about skating around and making saves, and we're talking front office stuff. So let's get into that a little bit.
All right.
The Blues right now are a point out of a playoff spot in the Western Conference. If we're realistic, can they do that? Can they chase down those teams and make the playoffs with this current roster? Do you think they can hang in long enough to swing a deal and improve who they are?
Oh, those are good questions because we've talked about the mushy middle quite a bit, and there are 8 teams within 3 points, all on that, starting from that top wild card position. So you've got the Seattle Kraken with 43 points, the LA Kings with 43 points, and then 6 teams all within 40-something points. The Blues are going to have to separate themselves. It's going to rely a lot on goaltending because, yes, they won those 2 games at home over the past couple of days, but they did it on goaltending. Joel Hofer stood on his head, and then Jordan Binnington in that shutout against Montreal looked like the Jordan Binnington that we know he can be. He looks like a Jordan Binnington who was PO'd, that people were questioning the decision to name him to Team Canada for the Olympics. And so, yes, the Blues were able to snag a couple of victories, but they're still struggling with scoring. They can't score. So I think if they can't get their offense going, if you can't have your goal-scoring leader come from your forward lines, not Justin Falk on defense, it's going to be hard to separate yourself and establish a wild card position.
So they are only a point out of a wild card right now, but they got 3 games in hand on the Kings. No, I'm sorry. The Kings have 3 games in hand on them. So, that's a lot of catch up to play.
Yeah.
There's still, tomorrow is 2 months from the deadline. A lot of things could change in the next 4 weeks, which would give them a clearer picture of what they want to do. But how do you, so you think it is just that simple that it's goaltending because they got the worst point differential in the league?
Yeah, it's not close. They're
They're
negative
really bad.
39.
Yeah.
To put in perspective, the Colorado Avalanche are plus 72, which no one's even close to that.
Yeah.
But the Blues' goal differential is abysmal. And like I said, they're going to snag wins because of goaltending. You can't go on a run on goaltending
with just
alone.
that.
You can't.
Right.
So can they stay in the mix with just goaltending? Yeah, but it's kind of because everyone around them's kind of terrible too. But if anyone starts separating themselves, you can't separate yourself on goaltending. So, no, they're going to fall out of a playoff position. I've had a couple people say, fire sale. Well, you can't. You can't. You've got full no-trade clauses for your core. Your core is there. You also just extended Cam Fowler to 3 more years after this. There's no fire sale. Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, they would have to walk up to Doug Armstrong and say, please trade me. It's probably not going to happen. And so you are who you are for a while. And you could say, had the Blues not gone on that run last year and given us perhaps a rosier impression of what they are,
yeah.
then I don't think you signed Cam Fowler to that extension.
Then they could have stopped. They could have started this process of figuring it out sooner.
And they would have started figuring it out sooner. So some people can say, well, if this is not the core that you're going to win with, the worst thing that could have happened to you, and that was the run at the end of the season, the 11-game winning streak or whatever it was, and then taking Winnipeg, the best team in the league, to 7 games. It is a weird season. The Blues have underperformed. We know that they're going to start, like I said, stealing more games on goaltending because they've lost games on goaltending, which is not expected. But it's just a weird year. I think this is the first time you've had the President's Trophy winner, the Winnipeg Jets, that you've had the President's Trophy winner go from first place to last. The Jets are in last place right now. Mm-hmm. Like, no one expected that either.
Yeah, they did not look good when I went to that game a couple of Wednesdays ago on the 17th. I only know that because that was Audrey's birthday and we took her to the game. But that was rough.
Yeah.
For them. And the Blues didn't look awesome either, but they had enough physical play to handle Winnipeg and win that game. The thing that stands out to me, they just won back-to-back games at home against Vegas and against Montreal, and that's awesome. But I can't get the Colorado game out of my head. Amy, they looked like they don't even belong in the same league as that team.
No, and you're right. And if they had played their very best, it still might have looked like they didn't belong in the same league. That's how big the gap was.
That Nathan McKinnon, like the Blues don't have anything close to that.
Yeah, no. It's unbelievable.
Or Cale Makar.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have it. I mean, and we knew that. And Doug Armstrong said as much going into the season that we don't have that superstar first liner. And the way he said it didn't sound quite as harsh as this sounds. That like we've got a lot of really good second liners. That's not the way it should be. We've got strong guys, but no, we don't have a Connor McDavid. We don't have a Nathan McKinnon. I asked Chris Kerber on Offside Hockey, how far can you go with ugly, gritty goals and gritty play? He said, not far enough. You're not going to make the playoffs. He goes, and if the Blues want to win, they're going to need to go get themselves a star. Now, could some of the guys step up and be that guy? I think there's a ton of upside with Jimmy Snuggerud. Broberg's on defense. I get it. But I do think there's there's nothing but upside with Philip Broberg. It's going to take some time for them to develop. Robert Thomas is not having his best year. We're talking about him hitting 100 points. He's not close to that. Jordan Kyrou is on pace for 17 goals this year. This guy should be a 40-goal scorer. He's not. Colton Parayko, coming off a career year offensively, doesn't have a goal this year. Like, you've got key players that are really having tough years. And so there's a good chance it's just going to be muddling through for a while. And depending on what happens around the Blues, they could make it to the playoffs if everyone else is kind of muddling as well. But the Blues need their offense to start picking up the pace even a little bit. They need a power play that does something. Their power play is abysmal. So if they can't score goals and they can't get their power play working, they're not going to separate themselves, and they're not going to be in a wild card spot.
You know what I always say? You know what's better than 1 star?
2 stars.
Yeah, you get 2 stars.
That'd be great. I
tell the Blues to get 2 stars.
What? You should be on Offside Hockey. What am I even doing with analysis like that?
I think they've got a goal scorer in Justin Carbonneau. The problem is he just turned 19.
Yeah. He's got to pick up defensive issues.
He's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, Brett Hull wasn't the best defensive player in the world, and he scored a ton of goals. I mean, if you're a pure goal scorer, that's your guy, but he does need to pick up his two-way game. But, he's a long way to go. He's a big power forward who needs to be, growing into – he's got the size.
Yeah.
He just needs to grow into the game. And the NHL's a different world.
It is. There's a future there. And like I said, really excited about Snuggerud. Really excited about Dvorsky. Really excited about Broberg. We're just in a weird place right now. The Blues are in a weird place right now.
That they are. Just a little piece of news. They did sign Alexei Toropchenko to a 2-year contract extension today. So that is done. And Amy Marxkors is finished for now on KMOX, but you have your show with Chris Kerber this week.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday night, 6 p.m., Matrix Midwest, 32 over the air, 6 on Spectrum or the Matrix Midwest app.
Looking forward to that as always. Thank you for your time, and let's see what the Blues can do on Wednesday night, a late one against the Blackhawks. It says 8:30, but it really means like 8:56 or something because it's on TNT.
Thank you, Mr. Ackerman.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. Thank you very much.
Stop doing that, Mr. Ackerman. He's like 2 years older than you.
No kidding. Let's take a break. Let's come back and visit with the Billiken Hall of Famer and soon-to-be St. Louis Sports Hall of Famer.
That's right.
Bob Ramsey, the voice of the Billikens. They look good. Back in a moment on KMOX.
Hey, St. Louis City SC fans, mark your calendars now. The Boys in Red return to golden era of St. Louis soccer. Go to STLCitySC.com/tickets and reserve your seat now for the MLS home opener versus Charlotte FC. Limited quantities remain. See you soon, St. Louis.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
54 degrees and sunny. The high will be 58. The low tonight, a 45.
Fairwinds River's Edge is more than a place to live. It's a place to belong. Come see why we have been voted Best Independent Senior Living Community for 4 years in a row by U.S. News and World Report. We think you'll like it here, and the experts agree. Come see us for yourself. Call to schedule a tour and complimentary lunch, or to learn more about our upcoming App University that can help enhance your everyday life. Find us online at fairwindsriversedge.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has you covered. Renner's been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. RennerDoorSTL.com.
RENNER. Neil Forever performs Neil Diamond live in concert at the Factory in Chesterfield on Friday, January 9th.
It's fantastic.
Friday, January 9th, Neil Forever performing all the hits of Neil Diamond at the Factory.
He is a great performer.
He's amazing.
Sounds just like Neil.
Rock and roll, we get on board. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
This is Corey from Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. There's never a good time for your heating system to stop working. If yours does, no matter what time or day, Air Comfort Service offers 24/7 emergency HVAC service. Contact our award-winning team for 5-star heating service and stay in your comfort zone. For heating and 24/7 emergency service, contact Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation at aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
Now back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Haskins looks in on Dunlap's
Oh,
tunnel
baby.
away by Thames.
Look out.
It's showtime. Jam time. Oh, the windmill. Left-handed dunk. Crowd on its feet.
Here, give me another one. No.
Kellen Thames bringing down the house.
Love hearing the voices of Bob Ramsey and Earl Austin Jr. on KMOX, and love that moment, the St. Louis and the Pattonville High School product. Kellen Thames with the windmill as the Billikens beat St. Joseph's 102-79 with Chris Rongey. I'm Tom Ackerman, and this is Bob Ramsey. His Billiken Report is sponsored by Royal Banks of Missouri. What's up, Rammer?
Hello, fellas, and what a beautiful day in the winter, and it's a great time to talk some college basketball, some Billiken basketball. You know what I love, Tom? I believe it was you who posted the photograph of Kellen on that dunk going up for it, and as exciting as that was to see his teammates all fired up, that was a fun picture and a fun moment.
I appreciate it. I posted it and said that a fan took the picture, and I left it at that because I knew the fan was a very young man, and I just wanted to make sure that we didn't start throwing his name out there and all that stuff until we had Troy Robertson clear it, because it was Troy's son's friend, Gunner, and Gunner is in 5th grade. Took the picture with his phone, and you're right. I mean, it is one of the all-time greats. I hope they make a poster out of it and that Kellen signs it for Gunner. I mean, what a great moment that was. What an offense that is for that Billiken team.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you can't really shoot it any better than that. You know, as people know by now, in that game, they set up a school record with 19 made threes. That doesn't happen every night, obviously, by the fact that it's a record, but it's an exciting, fun team to watch. It was a really good crowd. Not perfect, but really good crowd, and hopefully that sort of play will bring even more folks into the building.
Yeah, and Coach Schertz, after the game, obviously pretty happy with the offensive performance there, but gave his defense an F. I think, in fact, he literally said it was an F. So where did it go wrong, and what has to be done moving forward?
Well, based on what his goals are, they've got to do two things. Take more, be in a better position legitimately to guard open, not allow open threes, and then on ball defense and not allowing straight line drives to the basket. Basically, the Billiken defense has to do the flip side of the offense. That's what the Billikens do: drive to the basket and shoot threes. And I think he's particularly frustrated because he sees what his team does every day in practice. And so it shouldn't be a surprise to the guys when they go on the other end of the court. You see it every day in practice. This is what you've got to defend.
So because in the first couple of months of the season, they were a pretty efficient team defensively, and it seems like he thinks they're moving in a bad direction there. So, I mean, is it just a trend that could be corrected quickly, or is this something to really be concerned about?
Everybody loves offense. Defense wins championships. And the reason I believe it's correctable is because anybody can defend. It doesn't take talent to defend. It's technique and desire. If you've got the desire, the staff can teach the technique. So that's what gives you a good feeling about it being correctable.
Execute the game plan that they put out for you, and they have scouted VCU. They know VCU. Bob, how do you beat VCU? What a monster game this is on Wednesday night in Richmond.
Well, I haven't seen VCU, and I'll get that up close and personal. Well, I shouldn't say up close because we're up in the rafters at the Siegel Center. But the Billikens have never won there, and they've got a tremendous inside-out game. They've got a young man, Djokovic. It's his third team in 3 years. He first was recruited and played at Xavier, but his game has gone up, has taken a huge jump. 6'11", can shoot it. Last two conference games, he's averaging 20 points a game. They've got a shooting guard, but the whole team can shoot it. So this is going to be an absolute challenge for the Billikens at the Siegel Center. It's the two of the 3 or 4 heavyweights in the league. Until the Billikens say otherwise, the league championship goes through VCU and Dayton. So it's up to the Billikens to change that trend and jump into the conversation.
And, Rammer, the Billikens haven't played a whole lot on the road this year. I mean, they've had the, neutral site games, but they've not really played away from home. So with that being the case, do you suspect it's more difficult? Forget who the team is, but going on the road when you don't have to do it all that often?
Well, the people that compile all the rankings always give the home team, depending on who you look at, between 2 and 5 points a game. So I think that answers your question. You're right, though. The Billikens only have one true road game and play great against Loyola Marymount. So it'll be a challenge now. It's of your 17 remaining games, 9 of them are going to be on the road. The formula in most sports is win at home and at least play 500 on the road. 500 on the road probably, though, in the Atlantic 10 probably won't get you a regular season championship. I'm not sure exactly what will. 3 losses, 4. No team plans on losing. So that's why, we in the media and the fans can sit back and try and work through that. I think the formula's got to be between SLU, Dayton, and Loyola, VCU. Who can sweep at least one of those home-and-home matchups? Can Dayton sweep either SLU and VCU? Can VCU do that to either SLU or Dayton? I think that trio, if somebody in that trio can sweep a home-and-home with somebody, that'll be the key to a championship.
Got to lock it down defensively and keep this offensive efficiency going. I know this. We're going to have a terrific call from Bob Ramsey and Earl Austin Jr. on Wednesday night. That is going to be must-listen stuff. And you're right, this road game, I heard you guys on the Loyola Marymount game, but I saw the video. There weren't many people in there. That's not really a road game. This is the real deal now. And it's going to be, I think, a great challenge. Last quick thing, Bob. This is going to be a great challenge for SLU, and I think they embrace it. You can hear it. I heard his post-game interview with you. They want it. Yeah.
Well, he knows, Josh Schertz knows that you've got to play good competition to be challenged and get better. And that's why they look forward to it. It's a great rivalry, and it's all right there in front of you. I haven't seen any lines yet. I have to assume VCU is probably a 3 to 5 point favorite. I'm not a gambler, so I don't really know. My point on that is that even with one loss going into VCU, they'll probably be favored. And that's probably the way it ought to be. It's a great program through multiple coaches. They keep their tradition going. They sell out every game. It's an unbelievable atmosphere there. I think their max is like 7,200. They sell out every game. Everything's there in front of you for an exciting game, and of course we'll have it on KMOX. Not unlike the Coaches Show tonight.
That's right. Got a little Coaches Show action, our first one of the year. Looking forward to that. I mean, you've got a great coach to work with, don't you, Rammer? I mean, he is really something. He gets it.
Yeah, he absolutely does, and we've been very fortunate over the decades to have, one really terrific coach after the other, and Coach Schertz is getting it done, and he's so delightful to talk to. You learn something from him every day, and we'll hopefully learn some stuff tonight.
Appreciate you, buddy. Have a great time with it all week long, and your reports are sponsored by Royal Banks of Missouri.
Royal Banks of Missouri, a big sponsor of SLU basketball and athletics all over the region, the state, and their philanthropic efforts don't go unnoticed. They're marvelous. 16 locations now, over 50 years in St. Louis, but now on the east side in St. Charles and northeast Missouri, and each and every Royal Bank's location feels like your hometown bank. It's Royal Banks in Missouri, where better service means better banking. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Glover here from my friends at Cantor Injury Law. Cantor is local, and we're here doing the work every day. We're right here in St. Louis, and we're ready to fight for you. CantorInjuryLaw.com or call 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems, call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis, at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Winterfest is back for the 10th year in Keener Plaza, now through January 11th. Enjoy Winterfest traditions, including ice skating, s'mores, and igloos underneath 100,000 twinkling lights in the shadow of the Gateway Arch. Grab a bite or drink from downtown favorites and enjoy a family-friendly New Year's Eve fireworks spectacular. Winterfest, hosted by Gateway Arch Park Foundation, presented by Bank of America and Worldwide Technology. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Renewal by Andersen is the #1 window and door brand for customer service. Schedule your free inspection today. Call 877-WINDOWS. That's 877-WINDOWS. Or head to rbastl.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ETHOS.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey. 2026 is here. A new year means new goals, fresh starts, and for many homeowners, it might be time for that big move. If you've been thinking about selling, this is the year to make it happen. I'm here with Gloria Liu from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, what should home sellers know as we kick off the new year?
Thanks for having me. The start of a new year is always an exciting time, but it also means more sellers are jumping into the market. That adds competition. So timing and strategy matter. The good news is my team has qualified buyers already looking for homes right now. Whether you need to sell quickly or maximize value, we'll create a plan that works for you. Plus, I guarantee to sell your home at your price and time frame, or I will buy it myself.
Start your new year strong with Gloria Liu and Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Call 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Make 2026 the year you move forward with confidence. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Okay, we've got the chips, the fancy cheese, the sparkling cider. Oh, and I need to fill up the tank on the way home.
Look at the cart. We haven't even hit midnight yet, and you're already blowing your save money resolution for next year.
I'm not blowing it. I'm being smart. I'm using Upside.
Upside? That cash back app?
Exactly. I just claimed an offer, and just like that, I'm getting cash back on all these groceries. And I'll do the same at the gas station. It's how I earned an extra $250 this year.
Wait, $250?
Yep, that's extra cash I can cash out to my bank or throw onto gift cards to my favorite spots.
Download the free Upside app and start earning cash back now. Use promo code POP10 for a $10 bonus on your first grocery purchase. That's promo code POP10. Make your resolution easy this year. Download the free Upside app today and use promo code POP10 for an extra $10 bonus on your first purchase.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Now back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, overhead door company of St. Louis, on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com, which reminds me that Bernie Miklasz is on the show tomorrow.
That's
looking
right.
Forward to that. Yes,
tomorrow
absolutely.
And Thursday.
That is correct. And Wednesday will be you and me. We don't have a guest list yet, but man, I'll be.
You got a feeling about something?
College football.
Oh, okay.
Our buddy Kevin Wheeler down the hall's got the Miami Hurricanes playing on Thursday against Ole Miss.
Hey, we're having a good college football time in this building.
We sure are.
You know, between you and Indiana, Miami and Wheels,
Illinois
Redbirds
State.
and me.
I mean, that's good stuff. Ellen Reichert, who is part of our sales team, is part of the Ole Miss family. A daughter went to Ole Miss.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And do we have any Oregon connections? I don't think so.
No one went to
That's
Oregon.
Okay.
No one's even been to Oregon around here.
I actually have not.
I haven't
it's
either.
One of the states of the union that I have not entered. The state of Oregon. Been to Washington, all around there, but not Oregon. Anyway, I'm excited about this week. Of course, I'm fired up for Wheels, and we could end up meeting each other in the national championship. Who knows? It could be Indiana, Miami.
I know what Wheels' other football team's not going to be doing, meeting up in the football playoffs because the Lions are out. I don't care that they won last night. It don't matter.
I had a Steelers friend text me last night after the missed kick by Tyler Loop and said,
"Oh my God, that poor guy."
And I'm leaving the F words out, but he said, "I have to watch this team another week."
That's awesome.
Isn't that a Steelers fan for you?
It's like, come on, just end it.
I know, but that'll be interesting. Aaron Rodgers back in the playoffs, slinging the ball around. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they'll be hosting, after all that, a missed kick. I feel terrible for the kid. And he's a kid. He's a rookie. I mean, he's a young guy. Loop seems like the nicest kid.
He's an adult. He can probably can rent a car.
No, he's okay. He makes a lot of money to kick field goals in the NFL, but you still, he's just taking a beating on social media with horrific threats and all this stuff. It's just a terrible thing. But anyway, he misses. Their season's over after all that. And the Steelers not only get in, but they host a playoff game. So this is the schedule in the NFL, and we'll see what you think about it, Ronj. So let's start with that. We'll work our way back to the front. But that is a Monday night game, Houston at Pittsburgh. Saturday games, Rams at Carolina. Carolina gets in because Atlanta beat New Orleans, so that created a three-way tiebreaker win for the Carolina Panthers at 8-9 to host the Rams. The Rams are 10-point favorites at Carolina.
Yeah, 10.5, I think, exactly.
They should take care of business. And then you got Packers-Bears, part 2 at Soldier Field, in which the Bears won a miraculous game, an awesome game, the last time around. So I know you're fired up about Saturday.
I am extremely nervous about that one. First of all, in terms of matchup, it is the best matchup for the Bears. Just football teams, take the uniforms out of it. But because it is the stupid Packers, and because the Packers have for years owned the Bears, there's this. It's like it's like, yes, we should want to play this team, but also you don't want to play that team, because if they end up losing at home to Green Bay, that's a whole offseason you got to live with that. Losing to the damn Packers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But in terms of matchup, it is, for the football itself, actually the best, because I wouldn't want to play the Rams, would have wanted to play the 49ers. They wouldn't have had to dealt with Seattle right away, but those are two teams you don't want to play right off the top because they are very good.
The games on Sunday, Buffalo at Jacksonville is a very interesting game because I think Jacksonville is a team that nobody is talking about, and they're
better
really
than you
good.
think.
They beat people up. But Buffalo is the most experienced team, I do believe, in the AFC. You look at Buffalo, Jacksonville, the Chargers, New England, Denver. I'm going Buffalo. I have Buffalo winning the Super Bowl. I think this is the path finally that they need. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar Jackson. Nobody's standing in their way this time. They can do this. They take on Jacksonville at noon. The middle game of the day is in the NFC, San Francisco at Philadelphia. The Eagles just don't lose these type of games at home, but we'll see. And then the Chargers at New England, the new kid on the block, the New England Patriots and Mike Vrabel.
The Broncos are the number 1 seed, but the Bills are still the best team of all of those remaining. With the Chiefs out of it, as you said, with Mahomes out of the picture, there's not really, and Lamar Jackson out of the picture, there's not really much for Buffalo to be that concerned about. I mean, the Broncos are, again, like I said, Denver's good, but the Bills are still better. And if they don't win the whole thing this year, I'm not sure it happens for them with Josh Allen. Just not sure it does.
I agree.
Look, they are the best team in the AFC, and they feel to me the way the Chiefs have felt, where there was a sort of an inevitability with them. And that, of course, didn't happen this year. The inevitable never showed up when it came to the Chiefs. But for the Bills, I think it does happen in this playoff. I do think they will make it to the Super Bowl. I have no idea who's going to end up in the Super Bowl on the NFC side. I really don't. If I had to pick somebody, I'm probably going with the Rams. Probably.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
But that conference is so muddy.
Yeah, the Rams have to get through
conference.
Seattle, and Seattle looks really tough.
They do, but it's still Sam Darnold.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Maybe their defense can win one for them like they did in San Francisco, but that will be a really interesting divisional round matchup. If you can get by the Packers, you get Eagles or Niners. On the other side, the Jacksonville-Buffalo winner gets New England or the Chargers. Denver plays the winner of Pittsburgh and Houston.
There was a time for a couple of weeks this year I thought the Rams, and it's not that long ago, maybe a month and a half, where I thought they were definitely the best team in the NFC, and it wasn't close. That's what I thought. Now, maybe they're not that good, but I still think they are the best team. Forget about the seeds.
Yeah, we'll let her rip. The Raiders have the first pick, which means I better start thinking about the Raiders' schedule, Raiders' gear, because if Fernando Mendoza's a Raider, guess what, buddy? I'm going Raiders.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be my team. I'm following Fernando wherever he goes, unless, as my daughter pointed out, Dad, what if he went to the Rams for some reason? I'm like, well, good luck, man. I'm staying far away.
You can't do that?
Not a chance.
What if the Rams do nothing but draft only Hoosiers? And I don't mean St. Louis Hoosiers. I mean Indiana Hoosiers. Let's say that's all they do is draft Indiana Hoosiers from here on out until the end of time.
Fellas, thank you for everything, and good luck.
All
and
right.
Now let's go right back to college
commitment
football.
to the hate.
College football is my team.
Commit to the hate.
Is my game.
It.
Thank you for joining us. The Gashouse Gang is always happy to have you with us. We will see you tomorrow with Bernie Miklasz. The DGS is everybody's coming back. Everybody's off vacation. It's great to have everyone back. Looking forward to it. For Drew Young, for Frank Ladd, for Chris Rongey, Amy Marxkors, Bob Ramsey, I'm Tom Ackerman on the Gashouse Gang.
Go Birds.